Good morning to one and all present here. I am Gautam. On behalf of Department of Social Science and Humanities, Vignan's Foundation for Science, Technology and Research, it gives us immense pleasure to welcome you all. Today's guest lecture on planning a career in government jobs. We are honored to organize this session under Civils Plus program, an initiative aimed at guiding mentoring students who aspire to serve nation through government service. Today's program is especially significant for students who are exploring meaningful and impactful career path in public sectors. We are privileged to have with us distinguished academicians, administrators, and eminent guests who continue to guide and inspire our academic journey. The lecture will be delivered by Mr. Prudhvi Vegesna, Assistant Section Officer in Andhra Pradesh Secretariat, who will share his valuable experience and insights on planning, pursuing a career in government service.
May I also request our distinguished chief guest, Mr. Prudhvi Vegesna sir, Assistant Section Officer, AP Secretariat, to kindly come forward and take his place on the dais.
Good morning, one and all. Respected Chairman Sir, CEO Madam, Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, Head of the Department, Advisor, esteemed faculty members and distinguished guests, and my dear students. A very good morning, one and all. Let me give the brief that is happened regarding the Civils Plus program for the first semester. It gives me great pleasure to briefly introduce and present an overview of the Civils Plus program, an initiative of the Department of Social Sciences and Humanities aimed at strengthening competitive exams preparedness among our students. Vignan has always believed in creating meaningful academic opportunities beyond conventional classroom learning. In line with this vision, the university entered into a significant academic collaboration with Law Excellence IAS Academy, Hyderabad, a premier institute that produced an outstanding 77 ranks in the 2024 UPSC Civil Service Examination final selection. This collaboration led to the launch of the Civils Plus program, a comprehensive and structured initiative designed to prepare students from Vignan University, Lara and Nirulla institutions for major competitive examinations such as UPSC, state level public service commissions and other national level competitive exams. The inaugural batch for the Civils Plus commenced in the academic year 25 to 26, beginning with the first semester, and classes started in August 2025. The program witnessed enthusiastic participation with enrollments from all the three institutes like Vignan University, Lara and Nirulla. To accommodate academic schedules, classes were conducted at staggered timings across institutions, ensuring inclusivity and accessibility for all the enrolled students. During the first semester, the primary focus was on Indian polity, one of the most critical subject across all the competitive examinations. Approximately 70 hours of intensive classroom instruction was delivered by Mr. Narayan Rao, Law Excellence faculty and expert of Indian polity. The coverage included the subjects like Constitution, Preamble, Fundamental Rights, Duties, Directive Principles, Parliament, Emergency Provisions, and among other core areas. Beyond classroom teaching, the Civils Plus program also emphasized personality development and communication skills through quizzes, seminar on current events, and grand tests. 2 grand tests were conducted across institutes and prizes were awarded to the toppers to encourage academic excellence. For university students, additional coaching was provided in civil services aptitude related areas, including aptitude topics under the guidance of Mr. Naresh, Senior Aptitude Trainer, Vignan University. Students also benefited from current affairs sessions and special guest lecture on Nobel Prize conducted by internal Vignan faculty. So with this, the first semester of this Civils Plus program successfully concluded on 15th November 2025, marking a strong foundation for future batches. With expert guidance, structured training and institutional support, Vignan has reaffirmed its commitment to nurturing students capable of competing at the national level. So we look forward to advance this initiative further with the new batch scheduled to begin in next semester, that is on 20th or 21st January tentatively. Thank you all. I wish you all the best for the next program.
Respected Prudhvi sir and as well as Harsha from Law Excellency, and this is the very important planning, the guest lecture on planning a career in government jobs. That's very important for you. You don't depend upon technically. The people who are interested should participate very effectively. I am also eagerly waited for Sir's today guest lecture, because you people can understand. Suppose you attempt some job but you won't get it, don't depress. You try to get it more than that. Another job is waiting for you, very good position. You think in that way line. If suppose you got job, don't compromise. You have to try for another high position and you will achieve it. Thank you. And another thing, I know my classmates also, somebody is there. They are from the childhood, they are planning to get IAS, IPS. But somebody got it, somebody not get it. Even they not get it also, they got some group 1, group 2 jobs. You try to that, don't leave it, don't depress. You always concentrate on your job only. That is your aim. Set the goal, achieve it. Thank you all.
Good morning, everybody. I think some of you must have already seen me. Some of you must have heard me over the past few months here on the campus. So my role here is to help facilitate and have this program for civils in place. So let me briefly run you through the intention behind this. So Rattaya sir has aggressively pursued me over the past 3 years to ensure that we create an alternate platform for employment and professional opportunities for students here. So whenever we think about placements or career, generally in technical universities such as Vignan, the tendency is to think in terms of private jobs, placements in the 4th year and so on. So jobs don't exist only within the IT domain or in the private sector alone. There are many other jobs also in the public sector, and we are trying to create a orientation, open up the path for those who would like to pursue this interesting opportunity. And as I've been spending my time here over the past few months in this region, I could have some first-hand account of those who are joining government here also. Since my wife is sub-collector here in Tenali, I've talked to several of her staff who work in the sub-collector office. Interestingly, almost 40 to 50% of those youngsters are BTechs from good colleges like Vignan around here. But what I've noticed is that I asked them, so why did you join here in Tenali or another RDO office in Guntur instead of going to Hyderabad or Bangalore for IT job? So they said, we'd like to stay back in our hometown, and we not so much in passion of an IT job only. But they had spent a lot of time has been wasted in learning after graduation, after finishing their college. Some of them went to PG, and then they realized they want to get into government job, and then they spent time another 2 years to research on it. And even then, because it was too late, most of them could join was something called a Sachivalayam job. So then when I asked them, did you know about these government jobs that exist right around your hometown? Are you aware of their existence? Are you aware of how to get into those jobs? None of them said in college they had no clue at all. Only after they finished their BTech or pharmacy or other degrees, some of them joined PG somewhere else, and then they realized they want to get in. At the age of 24, 25, they started preparing, and at 27 they got into the job. So then I felt a lot of this time in the very important phase of their lives is being lost simply because there is no awareness. There is no awareness about the existence of all these good jobs around their home. And second, there is no awareness about how do you get selected? What is the direction to be taken? By and large, the general assumption is that UPSC is there somewhere in Delhi. Once in a year they declare result, and some few people get IAS, IPS. Some stories are inspiring when you read them in the paper or watch on YouTube. Some of them are scary because they tell they prepared for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, and they studied for 12 hours a day. So you make a decision, it is not for me. But the reality is quite different. While the civil service examination by UPSC is no doubt a great platform for public service, there are many other jobs in the public sector, in the government sector, which are not so difficult. Like the other popular jobs are state level jobs, group 1, group 2, where you can join the state government. Prudhvi here has written group 2 and is now working as ASO. And not just ASO, he is also the PS2 deputy speaker. So initially he joined as ASO, then he is now working as PS2 the deputy speaker. Then there are other jobs in Government of India like Staff Selection Commission, SSC. And these jobs are very high in number. In civil service, there are only 1000 jobs every year. And so many people compete for them. 1000 jobs across the country. More difficult than, more competitive than JEE and NEET. But for other examinations, the competition is not so high. If you take SSC, every year there are about 15,000 to 18,000 vacancies these last few years. The Government of India trying to fill in all the vacancies. Then very recently, in 2023, AP government gave a notification of 1000 jobs for group 2. So in civil service, there are 1000 jobs across the country. In group 2, there are 1000 jobs just in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Then in addition to this, there are many other allied jobs also. Like there is an examination called AE, Assistant Executive Engineer, conducted by APPSC. Those who have civil, mechanical, non-IT streams are eligible for these jobs. Then there is agriculture service, only agriculture graduates can write. There is horticulture service, only horticulture graduates can write. So for civils and groups, anybody can write BA, BTech, BSc. So the competition is high. But for jobs, some are specialized jobs. Only civil engineering people can write. Only mechanical can write. Some only agriculture graduates can write. So we want to create this awareness for the existence of all these jobs so that those who have that interest and passion can prepare. The other important thing about government jobs is that it doesn't matter whether you are a doctor or you have a IIT or NIT degree. All that matters is how you performed in the screening exam, and what matters is how early you got in. Somebody who joins at 22, 23 will go very long. They will reach very high position. But if you join at 28, 30, you will not, even if you perform well, you will not reach a high position, because in government, seniority, number of years of service is a very important criteria. And since most of you are in college, I am assuming in the age group of 18-20, this is the right time for those who have this bent of mind to at least explore this. We don't expect everybody to crack civils, but those who have that interest, we are trying to create a baseline. So we are taking, in this program, we are trying to take this syllabus that is common to all the exams and give you an orientation in that direction, so that by the time you reach your 6th semester or 7th semester, that is 4th year, end of 3rd year, if you have that strong motivation, you can spend more time and prepare even more seriously. And there are those like Praveen. Praveen also is a senior. He is from Vignan. He is also preparing. Then we have a team of good committed people. There is Pothuraju Garu from Laura. We have Mayur, who is also from here. So in all these three institutions, university, Laura and Nirula, we are trying to create awareness and familiarity to the jobs that exist in the government sector. And Ratte Garu has been very passionate about this. So he says the satisfaction of helping somebody get into government service is way more than what you can get by getting private sector placements. Because when you get a job in government, you get a position in service, in society. If you get a job in a company, you get a position in a company only. But if you get a job in the government, you get a position in society itself. And in private sector, though you join, there is no security of job. But in government, it may take some time to get in because you have to go through a competitive exam. But once you get in, there is a lot of job security. But more than that, the respect that you get in society, and if you join any government service, the amount of contribution you can make to society and people around you is very high. So for those who want to do social work, for those who want to make an impact in lives of those around you, it can be small things like providing agricultural pump connection or doing some small land record correction. You will see when you genuinely help others, you'll be surprised by how much grateful they are to you. And that cannot be matched with any amount of monetary reward. It's priceless. So for those who want to find fulfillment through these means, this is a great platform. And our role here, the whole team here, is trying to give you that early orientation so that you don't waste time after graduation in figuring out a path completely on your own. Now you are in college. So if you know the path, you can discuss with others, you can learn from your friends, and collectively you can form a group of committed aspirants. But once you leave college, you will be completely on your own. You won't have the same kind of support system. Here, we are trying to create an ecosystem with mentors, then there are faculty, then you have many others who are also preparing with you. But once you leave college after 4th year, you will have to do all this on your own. So, we have already done one set of classes in the semester that has just concluded in the art semester, and polity, constitution, all those modules have been covered. And from January 20, we are beginning the second module. And here we are trying to start with history. The classes are planned from around January 2021. You will receive those details. So please, those who want to explore this path, use this opportunity, because not everybody gets to have access to this kind of orientation and information. And not just classes, we are trying to also create interest through activities. And the purpose of today's session, especially the guest lecture, is to give you first-hand account. Prudhvi here also was just like you. Maybe a decade ago, he also studied. He went from a small village, rural. He has a rural background. Then after studying B Pharmacy in Chennai, he realized that he has a strong calling for public service. He wanted to get into government service. Because I see that in many rural and semi-urban students, there is this connect with society. In urban areas, it's very disconnected. But in rural, semi-rural areas, semi-urban areas, people have a strong connection with society around them. And hence, when they are put in a corporate or private sector job, they feel like fish out of water. And then they feel that maybe they want to get into government sector. So Prudhvi has spent a lot of time in first, he had a degree in pharmacy, then he prepared for civils. Simultaneously, he also worked as a journalist for Times of India. Then he also has a degree in law. So he's got a wide range of exposure in all the aspects related to government. So government service is one. Another allied area is journalism. Another allied area is law. So he's got experience in all the three sectors. He's worked in the government. He's worked as a journalist. He also has law degree in addition to having pharmacy degree. And initially, Prudhvi got in 2019, he joined as ASO in Secretariat here in Amravati. After spending a few years of service as ASO in the Secretariat, where a lot of, because though it is IAS officers who ultimately sign the files, but IAS officers cannot get into details because they don't have the time. it is ASOs who run the section. It is they who prepare detailed files. It is they who are directly in contact with citizens. You cannot go and make a representation to secretary on your problem because secretary doesn't have the time. But ASOs who are in the section, they are section officers, it is they who listen to you. It is they who prepare the file, who prepare all the details about your problem and make a representation to the minister or to the secretary. So Prudhvi has exposure in all that work. And last year, he also moved, when you join government in a particular department, it is not like you are going to spend your entire career in that department only. In government, you can move across departments. There is something called as deputation. You can work with the state government, then if you get deputation, you can go to Government of India. So Prudhvi started working in agriculture, animal husbandry department. Then now he moved as secretary on deputation. He is now the private secretary to the deputy speaker, Raghuram Krishnavaraju. So he is now helping sir in his responsibilities in the assembly. And sometimes you can also go on deputation and work in a municipal corporation. You can work as a CTO in taxation department. You can go on deputation as an RDO and work in the land administration. So once you join the government, depending on your ability, you can work across several departments. It is not like you are going to spend your entire 35 years of service only doing one activity. So that is another benefit in government. So anyway, I will not take more time. I will let Prudhvi share his experiences, and I let Prudhvi also discuss the other satisfactions, other privileges and other sources of happiness that exist from a job in the government sector. I just told Prudhvi one small request from our side. I said, please share with our students what you wish somebody told you when you were in college yourself, and when you were contemplating of a career in the government, what did you wish somebody told you so that you could have saved a lot of time and you could have saved a lot of effort. Please share just that with our students. So I look forward to Prudhvi's session today, and I also encourage you to ask any questions because I like this to be interactive. Post the session, please feel free to ask questions either on stage or off the stage, so that you get to understand more details about what life is like when you work in the government. Thank you.
My greetings to the dignitaries on the stage, my colleagues and my student friends. It is an honor to read the profile of few people. You feel it as a blessing to read the profile of few people. And there's a famous quotation, or not so famous quotation, of Shakespeare. And it was not liked by one set of the mankind or the humanity, that is, frailty, thy name is woman. But that very sentence has been transformed in civil services as versatility, thy name is civil services. So it is civil services demands versatility from the students, because civil services includes all the subjects. It includes subjects like history, geography, economy, polity and all. Now we have blessed to have a dignitary here, Mr. Prudhvi Vegesna, who has a very versatile profile, right? One thing, most of the profile has been already been given out by Harsha sir. So the thing is, he has completed his bachelor's of pharmacy from Ved Mehta College of Pharmacy, Chennai, and then he went on to pursue LLB from KV Ranga Reddy Law College, Hyderabad. And then he went on to do journalism from the prestigious Asian College of Journalism, Chennai. And then he did his advanced diploma in media laws from Nalsa University of Law, Hyderabad. Nalsa is regarded as one of the best law colleges in the country. It ranks in the first two in the country. So we have a person who has such a versatility. And remember one thing, that is the main dream and ambition of Ratte Garu also. He wants students of Vignan University, Vignan allied institutions like all the engineering colleges and schools. And he wants the students to venture out into other things other than only doing a BTech graduation. He wants you to take up other courses also, which will make you a complete personality. So we have a person here who was able to do many things, and achieve his goal finally. And sir is right now working as a assistant section officer in Andhra Pradesh Secretariat. So I don't want to take much time, and I want him to speak out. So one last thing I want to tell you is most of you are first years here, right? And remember one thing, sir is also selected out of group 2 in 2019. 2019 to 2024 and 2024 to 2029. There is a plan there. 2019 we had elections, 2024 we had elections, and most of you are first years. You are going to graduate in the year 2029, right? So 2029 is the year which is going to have so many government notifications, because the central government is going to go for elections. Same is the case with the state government. So mostly the plan we observed, or the thing we see, is 2019, 2024 and 2029. So you are the luckiest batch, because in 2029 there are going to be so many job notifications at the center level and at the state government level. So if you plan out your 4 years from now, you will be able to crack the service in definitely in 2029. You will be a decade junior to Mr. Prudhvi sir.
Thank you very much for the kind introduction, sir. Dr. N. Srinivas Garu, Dean School of Applied Sciences and Humanities, Harsha Garu, Advisor Civil Press Program, and to all the esteemed faculty of the Vignan University, and my dear student friends, a very good morning to all of you. And thank you very much for inviting me to speak on a topic that will be very useful for young students like you. Before I begin, I will give you a brief outline of what I am going to deliver in the course of next half an hour to 45 minutes. I will cover various aspects like why choose a government career, what are the right strategies to prepare for government exams while you are still in the college, what is the mindset one needs to have while preparing for government exams, and what are the common mistakes one need to avoid while preparing for government exams. I will speak about why a career in government services is very often regarded as the best of the jobs. Because government jobs have many advantages, like you have a stable and assured career. Once you are into the government services, once you write the competitive exam and get selected for the government services, you have a stable and assured career for 30-40 years, depending on your entry age into services. Unlike private jobs, where the threat of new technologies like artificial intelligence is looming large, and where there is a threat of layoffs, government jobs offer stable and assured career. Next advantage of a government job is you have decent salary and retirement and benefits like post-retirement benefits and gratuity, pension, etc. Unlike many private jobs where the initial salary is very less, government jobs, the salary is decent. For example, if you take a job called RBI Grade B Manager, the initial gross salary of this job is 1.5 lakh. Apart from that, there are several other advantages of a government job like social prestige and respect. Maybe you might be earning some 2 to 3 lakhs in a private job, but you don't get the kind of recognition and respect that a government job commands. For example, take my experience. I worked as a journalist with the Times of India. People did not recognize me. They look up to me as a normal villekari. But once I get selected to the government job, people use it to respect me, respect my family, because government jobs portray a positive perception about yourself. They see you as someone who cleared the toughest of the toughest exams and through your sheer hard work and dedication. So the people value you, society values you. Meanwhile, your family also gets respect. Suppose, for example, some Ramarao garu abbayi IAS ayyaru అని చెప్పి మొత్తం మీ ఫ్యామిలీ మొత్తం మీ విలేజ్ మొత్తం అంతా చెప్పుకుంటుంది. Next, with the government jobs, there is also diverse roles you can play in the government job. As Harsha has rightly said, you can go for deputations, you can go for interdepartmental transfers. For example, once you crack civils and become a district collector, the entire district administration you need to look after, be it revenue department, be it education department, be it health department. So you can play a diverse role in the government sector, unlike private jobs where they are largely monotonous. Apart from that, you can play greater societal impact with the government jobs. Because you have an opportunity to work for the society and the nation. Time and again, there are many officers who have proven that through sheer dedication, through duty, through devotion to duty and integrity, there are many officers who played a positive role for the nation and the society. Many of you might not heard about the name S.R. Shankaran sir, who is a former IAS officer. You people, I suggest you please read about him, S.R. Shankaran sir, who epitomized empathy and compassion and worked for the upliftment of the poor and marginalized. Once you are into the government jobs, you also have the opportunity to work for your nation, to work for your society. Apart from that, government jobs also have the decent advantages of playing a positive role in the society. Apart from the next, I will explain about what are the kind of government jobs an engineering graduate can apply, or generally any other graduate can apply. Whenever you think about government jobs, generally you think about civils only, because as Harsha has rightly pointed out, there are tons of jobs which any normal graduate can apply. Apart from the civil services, which is the most prestigious exam in the country, you have many other jobs. Let me cover all those things. First you have UPSC civil services, where you have a career in the coveted posts like IAS, IPS, Indian Foreign Service, etc., plus 20 plus services. For this, UPSC conducts exam every year. You have UPSC preliminary exam for the posts of IAS, IPS, IFS, and 20 plus services. Whereas you have a common exam for Indian Forest Service also in the preliminary level. And in the mains level, you have separate exams for UPSC and Forest Service. Apart from that, you have central administrative jobs, which is conducted through SSC CGL exam. There are many central government jobs like income tax inspector, auditor, examiner, which are also very good jobs at the central government level. Then you have state administrative jobs like Group 1, Group 2, and Group 3. In the Group 1, you have posts like RDO, DSP, CTO, District Registrar. They are very good jobs, the highest jobs in the state administrative level. Next, you have Group 2 jobs like Deputy Tahsildar, ACTO, ASO, etc. Then you have Group 3 position like Panchayat Secretary. Apart from that, there are other state government jobs which are normally most people would not be able to, know about them. They're Assistant Tribal Welfare Officer and Assistant BC Welfare Officer, the jobs which is almost equal to the Group 1 cadre. Apart from the administrative jobs, you have finance, banking, and related jobs. In the banking sector, RBI Grade B, NABARD, and SEBI jobs are very highly rated jobs because the salaries are very high. Imagine working in a government job and getting paid more than 1 lakh a month. In the jobs like RBI Grade B, which is a manager level post, and assistant level manager post in the NABARD and SEBI, where the initial gross salary is 1.5 lakh. And one more advantage is you will be posted in a city. Imagine doing a government job and working in a cities like Hyderabad, Chennai, Mumbai. Next, in the public sector banks also, you have jobs like probationary officer, specialist officer, and clerk posts. All these jobs are very good jobs. Specialist officer for engineering graduates like IT officer job. And clerk, if you want to prepare for other exams, it's a very decent job because you have stable working and fixed working hours. Next, we have jobs in the insurance corporations like assistant administrative officer, who takes care of day-to-day administration in corporations like LIC and NIASEL. Next, EPFO job is one more important job. It comes under the Ministry of Labor, level 10 post, grade A gazetted job, which means APFC job, which is Assistant Provident Fund Commissioner job, which is equivalent to civil services job like IRS and everything. It comes under Ministry of Labor. And one more job is Enforcement Officer or Accounts job. It is also a very good job with good pay. Next in the defense, police and related jobs, you have a CAPFs, Combined Armed Police Forces Assistant Commandant job. Assistant Commandant jobs are equivalent to DSP, Civil DSP in the state jobs. It is also a very good job. You will get recruited through UPSC in the paramilitary forces like CISF, Central Industrial Security Force, CRPF, BSF, Border Security Force, etc. Next, you have ACIO, Assistant Central Intelligence Officer in the Intelligence Bureau. Every year, Ministry of Home Affairs conducts exams for this job, where you can work in the Intelligence Bureau. Next, you have SA post in the State Police Forces, Sub-Inspector, which is recruited through Police Recruitment Board. Apart from that, you have SI in Delhi Police and Central Armed Police Forces, which is recruited through SSC, Central Police Organization exam. It is for the jobs in the Delhi Police. Next, you have CDS, Combined Defense Services, for the entry into various military forces like Navy, Army, etc. Apart from that, these jobs are specifically for engineering graduates. We have engineering and technical roles, IES, Indian Engineering Service. It is very prestigious exam for the engineering graduates, equivalent to civil services, where you have entry into Indian Engineering Services, where you can work in the various sectors like power, telecom, etc. You have also jobs in the PSUs like BHEL, ONGC, NTPC, which is recruited mostly through GRADE exam. These are also very good jobs where the initial pay is very high, even higher than the UPSC civil services exams. You can also try for these exams. Being an engineering graduate, you can try appearing for GRADE and prepare for these exams in the PSUs. Apart from that, you have jobs in the research organization like ISRO, DRDO, BARC, Baba Atomic Research Center, where you have jobs like scientist jobs. And apart from that, you have state government jobs like AE assistant engineers jobs, which are recruited through APPSC. Apart from that, you also have a teaching job, which is a lecturer post in Government Polytechnic College, where the qualification is just BTech. You don't need MTech also for this post. And recently, like last year or so, APPSC have recruited these posts. And apart from that, you have forest department jobs like assistant conservator of forest, which is a very good job equivalent to Group 1, where you will be conferred as an Indian Forest Service officer within 10 to 15 years. Apart from that, there are other forest department jobs like forest range officer, forest section officers. And one more job, like which is the pay is very high, is the central government job, railways jobs. You have junior engineer job, loco pilot job, and RRB NTPC exam, which is conducted every year for the posts of station master, traffic assistant, etc. And what I covered so far is for engineering graduates, and for the most other jobs, the eligibility is common degree. Let me cover a few other jobs where the qualification is a law degree, and in the health sector, the qualification is B.Pharm.C. Jobs for jobs in the law, for jobs for law graduates, you have legal officer and PSUs and banks, which are very good jobs actually. What most people don't know is the competition for these jobs are very less, because very less people have a law degree. If you have a law degree, you can appear for these exams and you can go through these exams with a very less competition. Next, you have assistant section officer in the AP Secretariat, which is a job which required law degree as a qualification. I mean, if you get the job, you have also the advantage of commuting from your own places, from Guntur and neighboring areas. Secretariat jobs, the main advantage for you guys, if you are from Guntur and around areas, you can you can commute to work daily from your home. Next, there is a job called junior civil judge. High Court notifies this job every year, almost every year, where you write that exam and get into judiciary through junior civil judge exam. Then there are posts like assistant section officer and section officer posts in the High Court. There are also very good jobs with the basic law degree as a qualification. Then there are the jobs in the health sector like assistant civil surgeon for MBBS graduates, food safety officer for biotechnology graduates, microbiology graduates. And government is going to recruit food safety officers in the near future, maybe next year. And drug inspector for the B.Pharm.C graduates, it's also very good job. Next. So having covered, having take you through a brief overview of all the jobs which you are eligible, I have covered extensively the jobs which you guys are eligible for. There are also other jobs like jobs in the Food Corporation of India, etc. Next, one thing which I want to stress is that if you prepare for civil services, you can have a cakewalk, like you have a distinct edge to clear all these jobs, because in the civil services you study general studies, you studied various exam aspects like quantitative aptitude and reasoning, which these exams have in common. So if people who prepare for civil services, They also have a distinct edge in clearing the other government exams. Next, preparation strategy for undergraduate students. First, while in the college, you need to start early and plan well. Why this is important is early bird catches the prey, as you all know. People who start early have the advantage of identifying their mistakes and do course correction and have the adequate time to master various concepts. Let me give you an example of Tina Dabi. Tina Dabi is a IAS topper in the year 2015. She studied BA Political Science from the Lady Sri Ram College. She has also opted for political science optional in her IAS exam, mains exam. So by the time she graduated out, she completed most of her syllabus for optional syllabus. So the moral of the story is winners plan well and implement it as meticulous as possible. Next, prepare while you are in college. Please prepare common exam components. All these exams have certain common aspects, like general studies is common for most of these exams. Apart from that, quantitative aptitude, reasoning is common aspect, and certain exams like UPSC, CSAT, and SSC also test basic English language skills. So while you are in college, please be prepared with this aspect. For general studies, you should read newspaper. I mean, like your aim is to clear government exams, you should read newspaper from now on. Newspaper reading is very important. You can read Hindu or Indian Express. Apart from that, you can also read NCERT books which form the foundation of your civil services preparation. Apart from that, if you are well versed with this newspaper and NCERTs, you can also read standard books like Lakshmikant for Indian polity. And apart from that, for quantitative aptitude and reasoning, you should do some basic math practice, because these issues, I mean, like these topics will also helpful for you when you appear for campus placements, because quantitative aptitude and reasoning are common even in your campus placements. Apart from that, if you appear for SSC exam, you need to be well versed with basic English language comprehension skills. Next, research the exam thoroughly. You need to do basic homework and research your exams thoroughly, because you should be aware about the kind of exam you are going to appear. Know the syllabus, know the kind of questions they are being asked in the exams, know the standard books, because it helps you in save a lot of time while you graduate out and appear for exams in the latter years. If you are well versed with the syllabus, if you are well versed with the exam pattern, it will help you in saving a lot of time. Next, work on your handwriting. Often it is a very ignored topic, but if you ask me, this is very important topic me from my personal experience, because I would say legible handwriting is good, but a beautiful handwriting is always better, because these exams like civils and group 1 mains are very competitive exams where even 1 mark counts. 1 mark can make or break your career. 1 mark can decide whether you are in or out. So the main aim is to maximize the effort. So you need to work on every aspect that comes on your way. Let me give you an example of Krishna Teja IAS. You might have heard about him. So he has attributed improvement in handwriting as a major factor for his success. You can watch his video in the YouTube. Apart from that, engage in brainstorming exercises. Brainstorming helps you in lateral thinking, generate your ideas fast. For example, take a paper and write about Vignan University. Whatever you know, write about it. Vignan University, very good university, the faculty are good, etc., etc. Why this aspect is important is when you brainstorm, your ideas, your thoughts will appear fast. When you appear for civil services mains and group 1 exams in the latter years, these exercises will help you, because you hardly get 10 minutes to write an answer in the civil service exam. So train from now onwards. Do brainstorming exercise, engage in brainstorming activity. Next, practice answer writing early. I would say this because in the UPSC mains, you write 9 papers, including the optional papers. And in the APPSC mains, you write 7 papers. So do some answer writing early, because answer writing helps you in your articulation, in improving your flow of thought, in generating ideas, etc., etc. Because why I stress this aspect is especially work on your handwriting, answer writing early is because these are skills. Concept you can learn in a day or two, but skills, in order to develop skills, it may take few months, it can take even years. Because if you are aspiring for civil services, or please do these things from right now. Start early, be an early bird. Next. And next, I will speak about the mindset one needs to acquire while preparing for competitive exams like UPSC. If you are aspiring for a career in government services, you should have a passion and purpose. Why this is important is only passionate and purposeful individuals can continue the momentum required for these exams. Even once you get selected, only if you are passionate, you can work for the people, you can work to bring positive changes in the society. But don't prepare for these exams like మీ పేరెంట్స్ చెప్పారని చెప్పి, లేకపోతే ఈ రోజుల్లో కొంచెం సివిల్స్ ప్రిపరేషన్ అంటే ఒక ఐడెంటిటీ కూడా తయారైంది. చాలామంది పేరెంట్స్ అంటే మా అబ్బాయి యూపీఎస్సీ ప్రిపేర్ అవుతున్నాడు, మా అమ్మాయి యూపీఎస్సీ ప్రిపేర్ అవుతున్నాడు అంటే ఒక స్టేటస్ సింబల్ అయిపోయింది. అలా రావద్దు, ఎందుకంటే మీకు ప్యాషన్ అండ్ పర్పస్ లేకపోతే యూ వుడ్ బి సింప్లీ వేస్టింగ్ 3 to 4 years. బై ద టైమ్ యూ రియలైజ్ 3 to 4 years వుడ్ బి వేస్టెడ్. నెక్స్ట్, be ready to give an all out effort. Half-hearted effort would not do success, because if you are aiming for these exams, remember the posts are very less, the posts are few hundreds in number, but the competition is so high where lakhs of people appear. A half-hearted effort won't give you positive result. If you are aiming for civil services, give an all out effort, give a wholehearted effort. You should have commitment. Once you are committed to the preparation, no matter what, there is no turning back. You should have concentration. Like you should prepare with concentration. అంతేగాని ఒక 10 నిమిషాలు చదివి మళ్ళీ మొబైల్ తీసుకొని అలా చదివితే అవ్వదు. నెక్స్ట్, you should have consistency. కన్సిస్టెంట్గా ఓవర్ ఏ పీరియడ్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్ యూ షుడ్ ప్రిపేర్ ఫర్ దిస్ ఎగ్జామ్స్. బికాస్ ఒకరోజు 12 గంటలు చదివి 3 days బ్రేక్ తీసుకొని మళ్ళీ 10 hours చదివి అలా ఉండకూడదు. ఎవ్రీడే యూ షుడ్ సెట్ యువర్ టార్గెట్స్, యూ షుడ్ అచీవ్ దోస్ టార్గెట్స్ అండ్ యూ షుడ్ కోర్స్ కరెక్ట్. Next, be prepared for a long haul. Why I say this? Because success in these exams for most people, it would take some time, because as I said, the posts are less and the competition is so high. So some people may see success within 1 or 2 years. For most, it would take some time. So you should be mentally prepared to dedicate a decent amount of time for preparing for these exams. You should also have a backup plan. I suggest you, if you are aiming for civil services exams, I suggest you after your graduation, please enroll in a course. A course like LLB is a very good option, because as I already said, LLB opens you opportunities for various jobs like legal officer, ASO. So LLB is also a very good option, because it will also serve as a backup option. So another advantage in enrolling a course is that you don't have a career break. You don't have a gap in your career. So once you enroll it, you can simultaneously do that course and you can prepare for the exams. Another good option is you can also enroll in distance education courses like IGNO. Suppose if your optional is sociology in the civil services exam, you can opt for masters in sociology course from IGNO. Or if your optional is political science, you can take masters in political science from IGNO. Apart from that, I would also like to say that if anyone has financial issues, I would suggest that you sit for campus placements, get a job, earn a decent amount for 1 or 2 years, then give up the job and write the exam. This is one option. Second option is you sit for 1 or 2 years, study hard. So even if after 1 or 2 years you don't get success, then take up the job and continue the preparation while you are doing job. There are many people who clear these exams while doing job also. Next, maintain an optimistic mindset. Don't get bogged down by failures. You should keep your spirits high throughout the entire preparation. For example, in one attempt you may fail at the preliminary stage. In the another attempt you may go till interview stage, and then you may fail at the interview stage. So in order to clear these exams, you need to keep your spirits high throughout the process. Success will eventually come for those who work hard and who study consistently. Next. I would also like to tell you a few strategies which are useful for students in general. You may not be preparing for UPSC, but these strategies would work for you. As an undergraduate student, these strategies would work for you. First, let me say you regulate social media. As Norwegian Nobel scholar Christian Lauslange has once said, technology is a useful master but a dangerous servant. You should learn to know how to regulate technology. Don't let the technology control you. Rather, use it frugally. I would say that you dedicate some amount of time for social media apps like Instagram. Like in a day, just let me give an example. Just half an hour in a day for Instagram or social media apps, and regulate it. Even if you can't regulate, you just avoid the social media apps. Because why I say is because we keep Instagram posts and we keep checking every 15 minutes, half an hour, how many likes we get, how many comments we get. If you don't have that control, avoid social media. If you have the control, dedicate certain amount of time, say half an hour every day, and choose your peer group wisely. Let me give you an example. ఇప్పుడు 2 గ్రూప్స్ ఉన్నాయి అనుకుందాం. ఒక గ్రూప్లో చాలా మోటివేటెడ్ ఇండివిజువల్స్ ఉంటారు. దే ప్రిపేర్ వెల్, ఐ మీన్ లైక్ దే కంప్లీట్ ద సిలబస్ ఇన్ టైం. అన్నీ చదువుకున్న తర్వాత వాళ్ళు బ్రేక్స్ తీసుకుంటారు. లైక్ ఎవ్రీ వీకెండ్ సినిమాకి కానీ రెస్టారెంట్ కానీ వెళ్తారు. ఇది ఒక గ్రూప్ మోటివేటెడ్ ఇండివిజువల్స్. ఆఫ్టర్ ఫినిషింగ్ ద స్టడీస్ దే టేక్ బ్రేక్స్. అదర్ గ్రూప్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ అంటే ఎక్కువ చదవకుండా లైక్ ఎక్కువ మూవీస్ అని రెస్టారెంట్స్ అని తిరుగుతారు. యూ చూజ్ ఇన్ విచ్ గ్రూప్ యూ వాంట్ టు బీ, because the peer group, your friends group will play a major role in your success. And learn the habit of saying no. Suppose మీరు చదువుకుంటూ ఉంటారు, మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ వచ్చి లైక్ సినిమాకి వెళ్దాం, మూవీకి వెళ్దాం అంటే, ఐ మీన్ లైక్ ఈజీలీ యూ గైస్ విల్ గెట్ ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్. లెర్న్ ద హ్యాబిట్ ఆఫ్ సేయింగ్ నో. Say him that I need to prepare, I need to finish my syllabus, only then I will go out. Next, work hard for 3 to 4 years for a glorious 30 to 40 years. I mean like most of your family and friends would have said you that while you were in 10th, they said that work hard in the 10th class, your future will be good. Then you come to intermediate. Many of your family and friends would have said that intermediate, if you study well, everything will be all right. I don't know about 10th and intermediate, but graduation, undergraduation is very important, because the path, the direction which you lay now will be very helpful in your career trajectory. Your aptitude now decides your altitude. You need to have a decent, if you are aiming for civil aspirants, dedicate some amount of time from now on. Dedicate 1 or 2 hours every day and read on and cover the aspect which I have already said. And I will also give you an example. Like I have seen many brilliant students who could not clear civils, but very ordinary average students they cleared, because they were consistent, they were working hard, and they complete the syllabus well in advance. Whereas some people who are very intelligent could not clear this exam because they were overconfident, they couldn't complete syllabus on time, etc. But these exams, even if you are average student, you can still clear this exam with consistency, dedication and commitment. Learn from failures. Successful people are those who make failures their stepping stones. Failures are part of this journey. You should be prepared for that. As Dr. Abdul Kalam has said, fail is nothing but first attempt in learning. You should be learning from the failures. Unless you learn, your growth will be stagnated. Learn from your failures, learn from your mistakes, reflect where you had gone wrong, and do the course correction. This is a very important aspect. Channelize your energies in the directions. I believe your energies are unbound. You have the potential to achieve whatever you want. Only what you need is the right direction. As again Dr. Abdul Kalam has once said, ignited minds of the youth is the most powerful force on the earth, above the earth and below the earth. You have right energies, you have right dedication, you have right skills. Stay motivated, stay disciplined, and channelize your energies in the right direction. I believe every one of you have the ability and capability to achieve what you want. May the force with you, and sky is your limit. Thank you very much.
So Now the session is open for question and answer session. Students, if you have any questions, you can ask sir. So sir will answer all your queries or questions. Any questions?
ఇండియన్ సొసైటీ మాడ్యూల్లో కరెంట్ అఫైర్స్ మీరు ఎలా ప్రిపేర్ అయ్యారు?
యాక్చువల్లీ నేను రాసినప్పుడు ఇండియన్ సొసైటీ లేదు, బట్ ఇప్పుడు కొత్తగా పెట్టారు. బట్ ఐ హ్యావ్ ఆల్సో రిటర్న్ ఏ బుక్ ఆన్ ఇండియన్ సొసైటీ, బట్ ఐ కుడ్ బి ఏబుల్ టు ఆన్సర్ యువర్ క్వశ్చన్. ఫస్ట్ ఏం చేయాలంటే, కరెంట్ అఫైర్స్ అంటే న్యూస్ పేపర్లో చదవాలి యాక్చువల్లీ. అందుకని న్యూస్ పేపర్ రీడింగ్ చదివితే మీకు చాలా వస్తాయి. సపోజ్ న్యూస్లో డిజేబుల్ యాక్ట్ అని కొత్తగా ఏమైనా పెట్టారనుకోండి, దాని గురించి నోట్ చేసుకోండి. సొసైటీ సిలబస్లో ఉంది, లైక్ ఎనీ వెల్ఫేర్ స్కీమ్స్, ఎనీ న్యూ వెల్ఫేర్ స్కీమ్స్, ఏదైనా న్యూస్ పేపర్ వస్తే అది చదువుకొని అది నోట్ చేసుకోండి. అలా ప్రతిదీ న్యూస్ పేపర్లో వస్తుంది, కరెంట్ అఫైర్స్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. సపోజ్ ఇప్పుడు నేషనల్ కమిషన్ ఫర్ బీసీస్, దానికి కొత్తగా ఎవరైనా చైర్మన్ అపాయింట్ అయ్యారంటే సిలబస్లో నేషనల్ కమిషన్ ఆఫ్ బీసీస్ అని డెఫినెట్గా రాసుంది కదా. సో ఎవరైనా కొత్తగా చైర్మన్స్ అపాయింట్మెంట్ అయినా, నేషనల్ కమిషన్ ఫర్ ఉమెన్ చైర్మన్స్ అపాయింట్ అయినా అవన్నీ లిస్ట్ అవుట్ చేసుకోండి. ఫస్ట్ సిలబస్, యూ హ్యావ్ ఏ వెరీ గుడ్ ఐడియా అబౌట్ ద సిలబస్ కంప్లీట్గా చూసుకున్న తర్వాత, మంచి ఐడియా ఉన్న తర్వాత న్యూస్ పేపర్లో దానికి సంబంధించి ఏమొచ్చినా నోట్ చేసుకోండి. అలా మీకు కరెంట్ అఫైర్స్ కూడా కవర్ చేయాలి సొసైటీ మొత్తం.
Good morning, sir. I am from Nirula. How to manage time?
I mean, like you should prepare timetable, you should schedule, you should plan, like if you are preparing for civil services exam, suppose if you are in first year, make a short term plan and long term plan. In the first year I need to cover these aspects, in the second year I need to cover these aspects. Plan well ahead. As I said, winners plan early. So you need to study, you don't need to study, you don't need to put a lot of effort. If you start from now, just dedicate 1 or 2 hours from now, and you can, by the time you graduate out, you would be covering decent part of the syllabus.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Welcome.
Good morning, sir. I am Dr. Santosh, Faculty of Law, sir. Sir, now plenty of material available in internet source and all the material. Sir, how to select the accurate and important material and for the student? And now impact of technology, they are missing the habit of writing the notes and making the notes, sir. What is the important role they are note making, note taking, sir?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately there is information flow actually, where if you open the internet, a lot of information comes about civil services, UPSC, etc. But I mean, if one is preparing, one should take a call actually. One should listen to toppers interviews. One should do their homework and ask people who appear for civil services. You should take their advice. I mean, if you ask people who are preparing for civil services, they would be best able to say the trends, the kind of material which is good. There are some, even though there is a lot of information, there are certain standard books which are still relevant. Lakshmikant, it is still relevant. It has been relevant for a long time. For polity, Spectrum for history, there are certain standard books. First cover those standard books, then later on you can add value addition through newspapers or the information which is available on the internet. Unfortunately, with the growing artificial intelligence, even I use ChatGPT a lot. That thing you cannot avoid actually, but you need to learn new technologies, because in order to stay ahead, you need to learn with the technology. You need to learn the, art of giving prompts, using internet, using artificial technology, etc. There is no other way, as far as I know.
Sir, which concepts you learned most, sir, in UPSC preparation?
You have a specified syllabus for civil services, UPSC. UPSC has the reputation of unpredictable public service commission. You need to learn everything. At some point of time, they ask more polity questions. In the next year, they can ask more economy questions. You need to study everything in the syllabus. You cannot skip anything in the UPSC. So you need to study as per the syllabus.